All men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights.
Life, liberty, and the
If liberty means anything at all, it means the right to tell people what they do not want to hear.
Make America great again.
The Big Mig.
Welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Edge of the knife, tip of the spear. You know how we do it. It's rise and grind. George B. And what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm good. I'm just looking at it. Starts off the stream with maybe like a 5-6 second delay. Now it's like a 30-second delay. It's just crazy when it reaches.
Crazy how that happens. You know, I dealt with that the other day. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but it's interesting how that goes. But of course, it's how we do it. Now, you guys know the drill. If you love the show, thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. And listen, if you haven't, we're getting lots of views. If you haven't hit that follow button, man, take a minute, hit the follow button. If you can't do the paid subscription, no big deal. If you can do it, fantastic. It's only $5 a month, and it's a great way to say thank you to the show. But in the meantime, absolutely, I want to see a massive amount of followers today. If you guys have tuned in, you're here for a reason. Get those notifications for when we're going live or anything else we're posting online. We appreciate it. It's a great way to say thank you to the show. Follow is the easiest thing you can do. Of course, get in the comments, get in the replies, and take the live link, share it far and wide. Tell people to get over here. They want one of the top truth-telling shows on the internet today. Here's where we are. You're at the Big Mig Show. All right, listen, if you'd like to sponsor the show, you know it's easy enough. Hit us over at info@thebigmig.com. We've got lots of views here you could monetize. We got lots of views over at the Crypto Power Hour. If you didn't catch our show at 7 a.m. this morning, it's the #1 crypto show on Rumble. There's no reason not to watch it. Great way to learn crypto from the ground up. A couple of guys from back east breaking it down, keeping it simple. That's how we do it so you guys can understand it. Of course, because, man, crypto is a whole different language, and you need somebody to guide you through. Why not the Crypto Power Hour? All right, man, got to thank our sponsors. We love our crypto, but we love our gold and silver. That's why we teamed up with the guys at Genesis Gold Group. Prepper bars. Yeah, these babies are a perfect escape. They're real tangible forms of wealth. Gold and silver you can hold, trade, and trust. No government can seize it. No hacker can steal it. Time is ticking. You need to act now. They've got them in stock. They come with an assay report. They've got both gold and silver. They are very low on gold right now, just so you know. Secure your prepper bars before the government rolls out their next move. Grab the prepper bars before it's too late at thebigmigbar.com. That's right, thebigmigbar.com. You'll love these because you can just snap off a small piece to make a payment. So if you're buying some gold and silver anyway, diversify with something that gives you options. Thebigmigbar.com, or if you like, call 888-526-7154, 888-526-7154. Don't forget to tell them the Big Mig Show guys sent you. BigMigBar.com.
Lance, it's
break me off a piece of that prepper bar.
It's not snap. It's break.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Of course.
Damn.
Here we are. Lots going on in the news cycle. We like to keep you guys abreast. A lot of big stuff. But before we jump in, there are some great uses for AI. George and I use it on a daily basis for vetting stories, for organizing stuff, you name it, for creating images. But at the end of the day, there are lots of fun uses. They're not always the most serious ones. Here's one that caught my eye. I like it. Truth, you know, I don't know that I agree with every message in this video, but it sure is an interesting way to look at it, and it's a lot of fun. Play it.
Sir, they're about to go nuclear. How long do we have? They're 2 weeks away. How 2 weeks away are they? Even more 2 weeks away than they were 5 years ago. My God! That's dangerous levels of 2 weeks away. I know. Son, if anything happens to me, continue my work. We're only 2 weeks away. I will continue, inshallah. Now I'll go to where no one can find me. My office on the 3rd floor, right by that really big window. Vengeance! Sir, if we attack, they will close the Strait of Hormuz. They don't have the balls to close the Strait of Hormuz. They just closed the Strait of Hormuz. And oil is now over $100 a barrel. Please keep me out of this. No one likes this war. And I want to be president one day. Come on, send a boat or something.
You're the most powerful military in the world. You send your own boats.
That was a test. Ha! You fell right into my trap. Sometimes the best reason for war is no reason at all.
Straight out of Hormuz. Yep.
You know, I like to ask the people that are watching or listening, especially ones in the chat, what do you think about how the Iranian war is going? I like to see, you know, Trump spoke, their demands that they have for, you know, to make a peace deal with them. But I didn't see anything in those demands about what's going to happen to the Iranian people. Because how can you tell them, oh, protest, you know, fight, we're there with you, we're coming, and then just make a deal with the regime, leave them in place, and then leave those people hanging? That doesn't work for me. I don't know if it works for any of you guys, but I sure would like to get people's opinions and see what they're saying in the chat. Because it's not a good look. Either you go in there, if you want to start a war, you better finish that bitch. Just go in there and get it done. Stop pussyfooting around with them. I don't know. It's just not a good look. Not going to be a good look for 2028 either if they don't fix it.
And I will tell you that they have put a lot of boots on the ground. We've got over 5,000 troops right now. We understand from a source.
There's more
that
going.
Yeah. And it looks like there's quite a few already special forces from all the different groups on the ground. The equipment's in place. Now the troops are going to be in place. Looks like we're going to have boots on the ground, in my opinion. I think it's 80-20, maybe 90-10. I'm not sure what to think odds-wise, George, but it looks more likely every single moment.
Yeah, probably oughta. It's the only way to get rid of them, boots on the ground. But everybody's trying to, you know, jump in a deal, try to help make a deal. All right, well, first and foremost, you got to help the people out. Because just imagine, because look at all the, what did Musk send over to the people? The free satellites, the hookup? The regime stays in there and they go around, find them. You're done. Because they're going to look at you trying to defy the regime when we're at war with another country. So they're going to say you're supporting the enemy. You're done. Done. X'd out. You're going to be hung publicly. With them. Crazy.
Yep. And it looks like the Revolutionary Guard is taking more and more control, even though we don't know who's running the administration. We don't know if the Ayatollah's or the Khomeini's son is even alive at this point. We heard he went for surgery out of country. Don't know if it's true. Don't know what. The only thing we've seen so far are cardboard cutouts and holograms. We haven't seen him visually for a while. So it's really, I don't think anybody really knows who's in charge. Looks like the Revolutionary Guard seems to be the most powerful entity at the moment. Lots of people jockeying for position, which I'm shocked about that. But the waffling by the U.S. government at this point, I don't know. They were supposed to strike those installations. Then when they got the warning from Iran about what other places they were going to strike, a lot of questions. Who do you trust, George? Who do you trust? You can't trust Iran and what they're putting out about what's happening or not happening. You can't trust the U.S. government, it doesn't seem like. Who can we trust, George?
Well, I definitely don't trust the Iranian government. Let's first and foremost. But I mean, both sides are going to put out some misinformation. But like, you hear that Trump said he's talking to people in Iran to make a deal, but then Iran says otherwise. Then Trump comes back. Well, I'm speaking to somebody else. Who the hell knows, man? I don't know. Iran said they fired missiles at the USS Abraham Lincoln. We don't have any confirmed reports on that. I don't know if it did happen, but we'll find out, I guess.
Yeah.
They fired missiles at their carrier. You best believe they're going to start firing back. It ain't going to be pretty. I mean, you going to trust this regime? Every time they try to make deals with them, they, like we're supposed to inspect the uranium and all that, their facilities. And, then they stop letting people in there and not letting them inspect. I mean, how many times? First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. You can't let a third time, man.
Good point.
Not happening. Not
Very
my world.
valid point. At the end of the day, if you're gonna do the job, you got to finish the job.
And then,
all right,
hold on. Then you got look at Netanyahu. That Israel is going like full on. They're bombing the shit out of parts of Lebanon, taking buildings down. They're hitting civilians, and that shit just ain't right. They need to put a leash on him. I understand you want to get rid of Hezbollah, but there's other ways you could do it. And now he wants to take over, I think, part of South Lebanon. Israel's just trying to expand any which way they can.
Mm-hmm.
Can't let them.
Yep.
Nope.
It's a tough spot. They got a lot of influence, a lot of power in our own administration.
Do we all
but
confirm?
I don't disagree with you. Trump ought to ultimatum them on that.
Do we confirm that Netanyahu is alive and it's not AI anymore? Are we confirmed on that?
I don't know. I don't trust anything coming out.
You just don't want to pay the $20 you owe me, bro.
I'll give you the $20. I'll give you the $20 just to give it to you. But I would only give it to you because at the end of the day, I don't trust any of the media anymore. And I don't know what to believe in. As AI gets better, I don't know what the truth is.
Take that $20. Take that $20 and rub it on your chest. I don't want it.
Okay. All right.
Don't worry about it. It's just, he's alive.
But I will tell you this, I just don't know what to believe. There's so much stuff I look at when I'm on media late at night, especially. There's so much garbage out there and so much fake press. I'm actually sick of it, to be honest with you. It makes it very difficult to bring you guys the truth. We search, we do high and low, we use AI to test stuff. One of these days, that stuff's not going to work, and we're not going to know what really is the truth completely. It'll be untestable. All right. You guys know that your children are under attack. The grooming is real. The platforms seem to allow it. The media seems to promote it. It's frightening as a parent. And then you think, okay, well, maybe there's this new metaverse product, and maybe this will be a way. Because, of course, people use media. They use the internet. They use YouTube, hopefully a way to entertain their children as they're busy with their lives. And, of course, most parents are having to have two incomes to cover the bills. But this could be the tip of the spear. It could be the tip of the iceberg for Meta. They just lost an important ruling. It was a $2.1 billion lawsuit. They've just been ordered to pay $375 million. And you ask why? Well, the case is linked to child predators. The jury just found that Meta enabled child predators in this landmark New Mexico case. Other states are salivating. They've got their own cases they're thinking about bringing. This is, of course, the Mexico AG, Raul Torres, calls this verdict a historic victory. Meta, of course, is saying they're going to appeal it. So this is a New Mexico jury on Tuesday ordered Meta to pay $375 million. Not the 2.1, but still it's a big verdict after finding the company violated state law by misleading users about the safety of its platforms, which allegedly enabled child sexual exploitation. So you're talking about Facebook and Instagram. The parent company violated New Mexico's consumer protection laws. Those same laws are in almost every state. The question is, how many of the attorney generals are thinking it's time to pull the trigger? Now, the quote is, this jury's verdict is a historic victory for every child and family who has paid the price for Meta's choice to put profits over kids' safety. Meta executives knew their products harmed children, disregarded warnings from their own employees, and lied to the public about what they knew. Today, the jury joined families, educators, and child safety experts in saying enough is enough. Now, this is a major legal win. You're talking about Meta stock taking a hit. They lost 11%. We've also heard some, the online about how they're going to close the metaverse down. I wonder if they're trying to do this preemptively ahead of other states filing lawsuits. That lawsuit alleged that Meta was a breeding ground for predators, rapists, and traffickers. They misled users about safety protections on Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. And this is a 2025 whistleblower report where Meta was accused of suppressing internal research that highlighted high risks of child sexual abuse, grooming, and predation within its VR platforms, including Horizon Worlds. So former employees allege that the company prioritized growth over safety and sought to hide evidence of pedophiles exploiting children on these platforms. Of course, Meta has said these were false narratives, but the evidence clearly presented a different story. They ignored these safety concerns. They ignored the whistleblowers that had been internally trying to fix this. And of course, what were they doing? Hiding the true dangers on their platforms. Now, even though this is the settlement is significantly lower than the 2.1 billion New Mexico officials had sought, look, it's big money. Of course, it's going to affect the stock, but it's big concerns. And I guess in the audience, I'd like to know how many of you are allowing your children to use the metaverse. Maybe VR goggles are part of what's in your home. Are they allowed to go on Facebook, Instagram? You tell me. I'd like to know. I'd like to hear it from the parents. Do you guys think that it's safe out there? Because this would tell you the opposite of that. George, what's your thoughts? How long do you think they knew? And do you think it's still ongoing? We've talked about TikTok as an example. Lots of concerning accounts that say, don't talk to your parents, talk to me. Transgenders trying to give guidance. Seems like a lot of grooming is going on, and everybody seems trying to downplay it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I guess it's how did they stop this from happening? That's the big question here. How do you stop people going on Facebook, Instagram, or any social media from trying to be predators and go after kids? Can the platforms do it? I mean, or do you have to, go to your parents and tell them, get your kids off of social media? I think kids shouldn't be on social media, period. You shouldn't have that because it's just ruining them anyway. But so if someone's being a predator and they're getting reported and they don't do nothing about it, then they should be liable. But how do you, it's tough to stop. So the best thing to do is educate kids.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Mark Zuckerberg, I think, is just evil. He's been nothing but good. He's screwed Trump over, but then, Trump keep letting him slide. You keep bringing up, he's sitting at the table. But here, this just came out this morning, which just doesn't make sense. Trump to appoint Mark Zuckerberg, Larry Ellison, and Jensen Yang to the Science and Technology Advisory Board. This is something new. It's a technology council, guess what, to shape AI policy. You want Mark Zuckerberg on there to shape AI policy? A guy that was banning every conservative if you said something that went against the status quo? I mean, how does that benefit us, having him on there? We don't need him.
The Zuckerbucks operation should be enough to have Donald Trump to said no. But once again, I think David Sachs influenced this decision. I don't trust David Sachs because he had Zuckerberg and Gates sitting at the table. I think after this ruling, they should reconsider this. And I'd say this to anybody from the administration that's watching the show, because we understand they tune in from time to time. This is ridiculous. The ruling alone should tell you to withdraw Meta's Mark Zuckerberg's offering. He shouldn't be part of this advisory board. I don't trust him. I don't think the American people trust him. At the end of the day, this guy's building a massive bomb shelter for himself. Clearly, he's got his own thoughts about what's going to happen in the world. one of the largest luxury bomb shelters in the entire world. I don't trust him, and I don't want him to be part of the advisory board, and I don't want him anywhere near the administration. So for you administration individuals like David Sachs, and I'm saying this to you, are you out of your freaking mind? What kind of an idiot would bring a guy in that weaponized our voting system through the Zuckerberg operation, the Zuckerbucks, 400 plus million to manipulate election results, to buy people? What kind of an idiot brings this guy in now to have him participate in the administration that he fought to keep out of the White House? Are you a moron, David Sachs? I would allege you are. You're an idiot. Maybe you should wake up and stop kissing ass of billionaires for the money. Maybe focus on what needs to be good for the country. This isn't good. And
you want to hear something? You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
So this morning I'm checking my emails, and I showed you this thing, and I got an email saying, "Oh, my account's going to be a Facebook account. It's going to be restricted. You need to take these steps." So I'm looking at it, I'm checking it, I'm like, wait a minute, this is fake. So I went to support, showed them, I took a screenshot, showed it, and they went through the account and like, yeah, it's a phishing scam, this and that. So I took that screenshot, put it on Facebook. I say, beware of fake emails like this and stuff. But I just got hit by Facebook. I just had, while I'm on the phone, while you were going, I'm sorry, but I just had to put an appeal in because they're not understanding. They think I'm trying to do something. That's how stupid they are. Here I am warning people, trying to
warn people to be careful that this is floating around. It's already been confirmed by their staff that it's a phishing campaign. But this is the problem, right? A lot of these systems, they're using AI and they scan stuff, and they thought George is doing the phishing, but he's trying to warn the community, which is a standard procedure, right? We do it on X, we do it for each other. We support each other. But there's the problem. Listen, this isn't the only case, George. They've also got a high-profile case in Los Angeles over claims social media platforms like Facebook contribute to youth addiction, which I believe there's a lot of truth in that. It's operated to become, the algorithms are operated, the likes and comments to kind of get you addicted to the adrenaline, of course, and the endorphins. Oh my God, I just had a post go viral. Oh, my little dance video went viral. At the end of the day, they don't care about the American public. It's all about profits. And to David Sachs, I'll say it one more time, you're a jackass. Mark Zuckerberg, look at this ruling. Is this somebody you really wanted on an advisory council? He knew about this going on, and he didn't do anything to fix it. And let me say this. I believe everybody wants a payday. George, do you agree with me that probably we're going to see more lawsuits triggered because they're going to use this for precedents in other states? Why wouldn't they go after Zuckerberg? They know that it's true at this point. Why wouldn't they all additionally sue him? Is this somebody you want on the advisory board? And I'd like to hear from the chat. Do you guys think Mark Zuckerberg can be trusted? Do you think he should be closer to the White House because David Sachs likes to kiss billionaires' butts?
Probably. I don't know anymore, Lance. I just don't get it with any of this stuff. I mean, AI could be good, but also could be bad because, and just like this instance right now, it's like it doesn't understand the post, but it's there in black and white. It's just retarded. Now you gotta go through all these extra steps and review and this and that. It's just a pain in the ass. It really is. It's not like it's like you're trying to help people out, raise awareness, but then they're hitting you for it. Done.
Well, you guys know about the Muslim invasion happening across the globe. And I want to go on a limb. I'm not going to say that all Muslims are bad, but there are some stuff that is so disturbing. And I'm seeing it come up in the feeds over and over and over again. And I'm just wondering, how do we get along with what I'm going to show you here in a minute? Their belief system is just so different than ours. And I believe everybody deserves freedom of religion. I'm not trying to attack just specifically religion, but I'm trying to attack behavior. How is any of this stuff acceptable? And the truth of the matter is they come out and they vocalize exactly what they have planned. They're doing it in other countries. You know the problems that are happening in Italy and the UK and France. You know the issue. They want Sharia law. The women in this country on both sides of the aisle should be freaking out that these kind of people are even coming into the country, and that they're setting up their mosques all over the nation, that we've got a Muslim, mayor in New York. This is their operation. Get the mayors, get control, take over the Board of Education, take over the county positions, and this is what they're doing in every state. They're telegraphing exactly what the plan is. You tell me. I want you guys to watch these videos. We've got a handful of them, and we'll tell you what it is going in. Then you tell me, is this somebody that you want as a neighbor? I'm not saying they're all like this. I'm just saying there's a large contingent of it that believe this is a legitimate belief system, and they deserve to be able to operate like this no matter what country they come in. They're not going to embrace this country for our values. They're going to come in and they are going to forcefully change it. Let's play the first clip. This is a Muslim man in the UK who's it makes a disturbing claim rejecting coexistence. And this is their belief system, and they're saying this in all sorts of other countries, including here.
Can I play now?
Please.
We don't say that Islam is here to live, to coexist with lots of different religions and all of us can just hold hands and be friends. This religion has been sent to dominate, to wipe out, to take out every other religion, to have the people leave every religion and to accept Islam. And if that requires fighting to achieve it, then it requires fighting to achieve it. Because the greatest purpose for which jihad was legislated is to make the word of Allah the highest and the word of those who disbelieve the lowest, even if the disbelievers hate it. But we're not shy to say it, and we don't find that to be something that we should be shy to say.
Interesting, buddy.
So the word of Allah, of course, comes from the Quran. And this is how they teach their children to memorize the Quran. These are actual teachers with students, and this is how they convince them to make sure that they've done their studying and they know the Quran. Play the clip.
Bunch of fucking scumbags.
So in Afghanistan and elsewhere, this is a belief system that they believe that having young boys dance for older Muslim men, and this is just children in this one, because then these young boys are bought and sexually abused. A lot of them are slaves sold into the trade. Take a look at this. Tell me if you think.
You're going to have to explain that one to me, Lance, because...
Well, because some of the videos, I didn't put them in there because they were more provocative, because they will get on the ground and they will gyrate their hips. I kind of didn't want to play those because I thought they were pretty disturbing. That was an early part of a video. Some of the videos I found were much more disturbing than that. But along with the children dancing, a lot of these events have transgenders. The belief is that watching children and transgenders is okay because you can't have the women acting like this because they got to be at home covered up. So all these people here are all men. Some of them have boob jobs, so it looks like they're women, but they're not. And because of the strict segregation of women, and the women out there ought to be up in arms, transgenders perform for older men in those same events. The belief that sexual contact with them is more moral, even though homosexuality is criminalized on paper. I guess transgenders are accepted. You can go ahead and have sex with them. Here we go. Let's play the clip. This is... And again, let me say this, the children videos I found, a lot of the kids were on the ground gyrating their hips and vibrating and putting themselves in sexually provocative positions.
I mean, just like NFL players do when they're fucking scoring touchdowns and shit. Oh, it's ain't crap. All right, here we go. I don't know.
So this next video is of a Muslim man beating two tiny little girls for not wearing their burqas and being completely covered up.
That dude deserves to be beat up.
So everything's about sex, it seems like. 4 wives, you know, unlimited sex slaves. There's no restriction on that. I guess unlimited transgenders and children. And of course, the promise of 72 virgins after death. If that's not enough, it also ventures into animals for men. You know, they say that it's halal to have sex with animals and children, sex slaves. Of course, Ayatollah Khomeini also has given a fatwa advocating sex with animals. Shia and Sunni are both on the same page in this regard.
I don't think the goats are. Are they really scholars if they're pushing this type of information out? I don't think they are. I think they're just pushing their own screwed up belief or thinking. I mean, come on, man. Come on, people. Look, Muhammad couldn't even read or write, right? He didn't perform any miracles. There was no eyewitness accounts of him doing anything. But then if you look at Jesus, totally different story. I'll leave it up to you for what you want to believe. Me, Jesus is king. That's why we will prevail, Lance. Evil.
I have to agree with you. Okay, let's switch up.
We're going to take a break, though.
Ukraine.
Yep.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. You don't see the time, though.
We'll be talking about Ukraine taking a page out of the Mossad handbook. Crazy story. I found it late last night. You're going to want to hear this. This is nuts. Stay tuned here on the Big Mig Show. George Valentine, Lance Migliaccio. We'll be right back. We're on the break. Here's the homework. Hit that follow button. You guys are here watching the show. Hit the follow button, get the notifications, and hit the live link. Share it on your social media. Let's get this room packed. Get in the chat. Leave some comments. Let's rock and roll. We'll be right back.
Oh, it's hump day, right? We'll be back.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At CSPOA.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these canine units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.
All right, welcome back to the Big Mig Show. Here with your host, Lance Migliaccio. There's truly George Ballantine. We got Big Mig Mafia in the chat holding it down. Big Mig Army, what's up? Rat Dog, what's up, Mawick? Glitz Clam Fairy, yo. Sherry Skunk. I don't even know how to say this name. Night, well, I don't even know. Night 63, whatever. What's up? Prince the Air Jr. I just gotta give everybody a shout out. Air's mommy. Yes, I did shave. What you gonna do about it? She don't like that I shaved, Lance. Robbie Sunshine.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. If I end up dead or kidnapped, just she's the Russian one. She might have did it. What is it? CL Killing 67? Yo, what up? I like that name. I know some more in here I can't see. But anyway, yo, hit the thumbs up, like button. Come join the chat. See all the names I just said there? Those are all people in the chat having fun, respecting each other, giving their opinions. That's what it's all about. That's what we're about. And share this on your social media. If you hit that subscribe button for $5 a month, I truly appreciate it. So does Lance. Helps us out. Every bit helps. But Lance and I, we always say this, we got the perfect solution for the people that can't watch their crypto 24/7. We're talking about BlockTrustIRA.com. They're bringing access to cryptocurrency wealth to everyday people. Their exclusive Animus AI trading platform works 24/7. Analyzing market data and executing advanced crypto strategies that go far beyond buy and hold. Now, this was, and I emphasize was, sophisticated technology that was only reserved for Wall Street insiders. But now it's available to you. And it's no surprise that this system was named #1 crypto technology platform by Bitcoin Magazine out of more than 1,500 global competitors. Our clients are already seeing over 250% returns on their investments. All military-grade security and up to $200 million insurance. Your wealth is fully protected. So don't wait. Visit BigMigCrypto.com today and see how you can join this financial revolution. Once again, visit BigMigCrypto.com today and you get up to $2,500 of free crypto. QR code's right here on the screen. The link's in the chat and in the more section on the video. It's always there. But don't go there now because I don't have to send Lance after you. Because Lance is talking about... Lance, don't tell me that we got to start taking our shoes off again at the airports. Don't tell me this, bro, because I kind of enjoyed it. I don't have to take my shoes off. Yeah. I'm just saying.
So,
yeah.
Look, who knows? At the end of the day, we know about the Israelis and the pager operation. This is pretty crazy. So Russia just discovered hundreds of booby-trapped boot insoles that were rigged with explosives to blow soldiers' legs off. So I guess Russia just impounded hundreds of booby-trapped boot insoles intended for Vladimir Putin's foot soldiers. Now, this came from the FSB, the Federal Security Service, which is the replacement for the KGB. I guess these heated insoles were made for use in cold weather, allegedly, It turns out they were rigged with enough explosives to blow off a victim's limb. So the Russian counterintelligence is blaming the Ukrainian secret services for this strategy, I guess, for this operation. They found 504 insoles loaded with explosives. You can see the images there. They were stuck inside. You know, the whole idea behind the cord is these were supposed to be insoles you could charge in heat to keep the the Russian soldiers' feet warm. So they were allegedly sent to Russian troops stationed in special military operation zones, and they were disguised as humanitarian aid. And I guess this guy they detained is from Tajikistan, was a courier for the explosive insoles. So they also staged a daring bid to obtain drones in Moscow, which could have been loaded with explosives and deployed against targets in the Russian capital. So this was also part of this same strategy. This is pretty crazy, George. You got to worry about heated insoles that are being issued, thinking, oh, yeah, these are going to help me. I mean, this is kind of crazy, man.
I mean, if you got an aching pain and you light it off, it might help you. It is crazy. Damn, imagine that. It's like stepping on a landmine, I guess, right?
Pretty much. I mean, you think you're going to have a nice warm foot? Yeah, they're going to warm it up.
It better not make us take our shoes off at the airports again. I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully the Ukrainians haven't decided to go that direction on us. But at the end of the day, all bets are off. I always thought we shouldn't be involved in the Ukraine war, but it is what it is. All right. Thune, George, your buddy Thune.
You know what? Speaking of Ukraine war, Lance, they've been both sending drones, getting good. I'm not going to say it's good, but they've both been getting some massive hits with their drones.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just keep going on and on. Thune, I don't know. Save that. Where are we at with it? They're still debating, still going back and forth. But this is what I don't understand. The Senate Democrats they're trying to move to force Republicans to vote on affirming the results of the 2020 election. Didn't they already vote on that in 2020 when they or 2021? They had to vote, but this is what they're worried about. The DHS is shut down, and now they care about the 2020 election. What is so important about it if they want them to affirm it? Why? Because they know shit's about to hit the fan, probably. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe by formally affirming it that they can stop the investigations. I don't know about arrests.
You can't stop any investigation.
Yeah, who knows? It seems like it's more, smokescreen, garbage, bullshit. Thune ignoring what the American people want. It looks like, though, the Supreme Court's making... Let's play the clip first. Let's show everybody what the hell we're talking about.
With most Americans.
Democrats aim to get Republicans on the record, too. They want the GOP to affirm the results of the 2020 election. The Senate has debated the bill for nearly a week. Brett?
We'll follow a chat program live on the Hill.
I don't know. We'll see what happens with that.
Waste of time.
They shouldn't even give in to them. But this is, you were just talking about, this is actually could be big news if it follows through. But SCOTUS was hearing arguments about, mail-in ballots and stuff, or an election day and all that. And if you're listening to the arguments and what SCOTUS is saying, it looks like it could rule in favor of getting rid of not allowing anything come after election day. And Lance, I don't know. Did you hear Justice Alito? He actually he said it's so simple that there's no way to argue it. Yeah. He just goes, "We have election day, not week, not month." And he just goes on to say, "Well, you have birthday, which is one day; George Washington Day, which is one day; Independence Day, just a day, right? It's not Independence Month or none of that. You don't have birthday month; it's birthday, meaning one day." And if just by that, it's just like so simple, but yet so complicated for some.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I think it's well said on his part. It isn't election week or election month or election months that you just keep counting. It's election day. But, of course, the states always want to manipulate, especially the blue states. Not that I'm saying the red states aren't guilty. I'm saying that it's continued. They're all trying to strategize. They're all trying to, do what they can to continue to defraud the American public of who our really duly elected individuals should be, because they want to install politicians. They've done a really good job. They don't want to give up the power and influence. And this is what it's all about. No Save Act. Let's have election month. Let's not clean our voter rolls. Let's lie to the American public. Let's use fake ballots and phony ballots. Let's shred ballots. Let's just dump some off into yards. Let's use the United States Postal Service to move ballots around the country. Fraud goes on and on and on. So it looks like as many as 29 states may have their laws overturned after the Supreme Court indicated they will rule against allowing mail-in ballots. Play the clip.
Let's go.
We have lots of phrases that involve two words, the last of which, the second of which is day. Labor Day, Memorial Day, George Washington's birthday, Independence Day, birthday, and election day. And they're all particular days. So if we start with that, if I have nothing more to look at than the phrase election day, I think this is the day in which everything is going to take place, or almost everything. And then we have 3 points in time, 1844, 1872, 1914. And we can ask, what would people have thought on those days is meant by this phrase, election day? Which of those should we choose? Which of those dates should we choose?
Well, I think you could choose any of the three. I mean, honestly, I think the single best one, if you're just going to choose one, is 1872. And the reason I say that is because 1914 is the latest in time, but that's the one that Congress gave the least thought to.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They're going to freak out that it happens. But still,
this is just confirmation.
They'll just have to up their game, Lance. They'll just have to make sure all the fake mail-in ballots are in by election day.
Yeah.
They do it because they don't know how many they need in order to flip it to get the person they want. That's why they inject so many fake mail-in ballots. But we'll see what happens.
George, how many times have I discussed that we need to give IQ tests to government officials?
Give an IQ test?
Yeah. How many times have I argued that we have low IQ people in too many
positions? We know we do, but just look at the low IQ people that vote for them.
Yeah.
They want to be representative, I guess. I don't know.
I guess they want to be representative. You want to vote for low IQ because you've got a low IQ? I don't know, but this is more proof that I'm right.
Who? That Senator Arizona? She's dumb. She's freaking dumb. Should I just play it?
IQ should matter.
Should I just play it before you say it?
Why not?
All right, let me play it.
Non-citizen voting in federal elections is already illegal. It is a federal crime. If a non-citizen illegally votes in a federal election, they could be prosecuted and even sentenced up to 5 years in prison. Who is going to commit this kind of fraud knowing that they could be in prison for 5 years?
Okay, I'm going to show you how dumb she is. Murder is a crime. So why would an illegal commit murder, but yet some do? Is it that hard to understand there? And this woman is a senator? Dumb as bricks. I mean, dumb. Me talking about it, it's just, I don't even want to think about her because I don't want to be dumbed down. I mean,
how many illegals voted in our previous elections, George? And how many arrests have you seen of these illegals voting?
Lance, guess what? It's illegal to cross the border, but yet they break that law anyway, knowing it.
Exactly.
There's number one. Come on. This woman is dumb. You know what? She's from Hawaii. You people ought to be ashamed of yourselves for voting for a dumb bitch like that. But you want a liberal? Fine. But vote somebody smarter at least. Seriously. Yeah. I mean, I got a dumb one in my state. He goes by the name Cory Booker. He's another retard. But I don't vote for him.
Yeah, John Hickenlooper's in our state. I've been leaving him some nasty posts over on X because every time he opens his mouth, he's not going to vote for the SAVE Act. He's not going to do this. He's a typical liberal shithead. And the guy was a conniving businessman. He scammed a widow out of a bar, underpaid her by probably more than $1 million. It's a known thing. He bought this thing called the Cherry Cricket. But here he is, constantly online, like a dumbass. He's a pasty white little weasel. I can't stand him. So, all right, the Democrats are in full meltdown mode after American travelers are now loving ICE. Why? Because they're crushing those endless TSA lines. ICE is stepping in. Some people were concerned, but they're like, not bothering us, so let's get it done. You're right, not going to bother American citizens. And the truth of the matter is this going to help with TSA? Yeah, because a lot of TSA people quit. I'd love to see Donald Trump step up like Elon Musk. Why doesn't he reach into all those millions and say, you know what, I'm going to pay the TSA salaries because Congress sucks and they can't get their job done. So I'll pay the salaries. I'll expect to get paid back, but I'm going to pay it in the meantime. That way the TSA employees don't have to suffer because Congress are a bunch of ineffective jackasses on both sides of the aisle. Let's play the clip.
As long as they don't bother anybody, I'm okay. I was concerned about people. So they're not bothering us. Let's get it done.
I like that they're here. I think that it's allowing us to move and get to where we need to go.
It's kind of scary in a sense because you don't know what to expect with ICE.
As long as they can help us move a little bit faster, maybe they can take some of the work off the TSA agents as far as, general security. I'm all for it.
This comes after days of people waiting up to 5 hours in security lines wrapped around baggage claim, even starting outside. Travelers are frustrated, anxious, many are missing flights. And overall, they want to know when Congress will finally come to an agreement to end all of this. And so far, more than 400 TSA workers have quit since the start of this partial shutdown, according to DHS. And
yeah, so all them talking points from the Democrats, the ICE is going to kill people at the airport, this and that, but people welcome it. Nobody wants to wait in line. Nobody wants to wait in line for anything, period. Let's just understand that. I don't even like waiting in line. But, you have to wait in some lines, but when that line gets to be that long and time-wise, you're wasting how much valuable time of your life, where it shouldn't be. Why?
100%.
Because the Democrats don't want to get on board. They want to hold you hostage. Even look, if you look, I don't know if it's because of the threat with the FCC chairman with the networks, but even the liberal networks been coming down on the Democrats for not getting this funding passed, and now they've been forced to air this stuff. And here you have CNN. Look, they're just can't beat it.
There, what have you been seeing them doing?
Yep. Finally, we can take a deep breath here. The numbers have dropped off. The lines are getting shorter. I think the average wait time now is under 40 minutes. So if you have a flight to catch today, it's a good time to come to Hartsfield-Jackson International. Talking about those ICE agents, you can see a few behind me right there. And then I'm going to walk you this direction, and you can see some more of them gathered over here. This is what they've been doing for the most part today, is doing the patrols around the airport, talking and gathering, not really helping the public in the sense of they're not taking tickets from anybody. They're not interacting with the public we've seen so far. They're not checking anyone's ID at the TSA.
And then you have what? The great state of New Jersey. It ain't that great, by the way, because I freaking live here. The dumbass senator, Cory Booker, right? You know, they're all trying to do scare tactics. And he gets in a rage. Dude is unfit to be in any elected official. When he finds out ICE helps clear out TSA lines, he gets all mad and he's upset.
Yeah.
Why? Well, you don't want to freaking help fund the bill. So, I mean, look at this idiot. And he get mad. That just shows you they don't care about you guys. All they care about is their pockets.
And so what's happening today in America that should outrage everybody? He's taking this very same agency that has been bursting into our schools, into our churches, into our hospitals, into our courts, and even into the homes of Americans. He's taking that agency that is reckless and out of control and bringing them to our airports under the lie that somehow this is going to help deal with the long lines that he created in the first place. This is an outrage. We should not have an agency that America doesn't trust, an agency that literally has seen violence against Americans, an agency that is tearing away American families, tearing apart American families, and arresting and detaining Americans, and violating due process rights and civil rights.
Lance, did you see how crazy and unhinged behind him the airport was? The chaos?
So reckless. It's so dangerous. This is the point. They're so full of shit that they sit here lying, and that's all they do is lie and lie and lie and lie. Oh, they're detaining Americans. They're arresting Americans. They're violating rights. Booker's full of shit. And the great state of New Jersey, I'm embarrassed that you would even allow this guy to continue to represent you. This is a jackass's jackass right here. Forget the label of Democrat or Republican. This is a poster child for exactly why these congressional members are such POSs. This guy's a total P. You know, sometimes you just wish you could give him a power slap when he's lying. Should be a requirement. Every time they lie, they get one powerful power slap. They have to go with a power slap, intern. And every time they get caught in a lie, go, oh, sorry, Mr. Booker, that's a lie. Crack right across the face. Maybe we could stop him from lying. Delta suspends special services. George, they must have heard you the other day. I agree with this. Why should they give special services for Congress amid all the shutdowns? In fact, all special services for congressional members, cut it off. They don't get special services anymore. Let's not do anything. As a matter of fact, regular Americans, if congressional members are coming into your dry cleaning location, cell phone services, maybe public service trash removal, maybe deliveries from Amazon, let's cut it all off. Let's just cut them out. Let's not let them have any services from anybody. It's time to chop them off at the knees. Delta paused its specialty booking services for members of Congress, treating them according to the SkyMile status, just like regular passengers. Of course, this move responds to George Ballantine. Why are they doing it? Severe shortages. I think they did it because George said, no more special services for Congress, no more line cutting. As a matter of fact, if you determine that somebody's with Congress, they should get extra shitty service. Let's make sure they don't get good service at all. No mail, no FedEx, no UPS, no dry cleaning. Don't take care of their yards and lawns. Let's cut them off. And if they come into Costco, every time they get to the front of the line, they have to go to the back of the line 10 times in a row. So they have to go back 10 times. They have to go to the back of the line before they can buy their shit.
Other airlines are getting pressured to do the same, but TSA just needs to not let them cut the lines. They should make them wait.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
You know?
Make them go to the back of the line. The first time they get to the front, so sorry, you're a congressional member. You have to go to the back of the line again. Let's send them back. That should be the policy. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I'm tired of their demigod, above the law jackassery where they give themselves exclusions.
You want cheesesteak?
Yeah, the longest line at the Philly airport, cheesesteaks. They break a new record. TSA workers got free lunch for a new world record. Travelers passing through Philadelphia. I like this because it was a feel-good story. International Airport have expected longer security lines, but the longest line was made out of cheesesteak. They achieved a new Guinness World Record for the longest line of cheesesteak sandwiches, with 1,291 lined up inside a departure hall to mark National Cheesesteak Day. Of course, the display far surpassed the previous benchmark of 500 sandwiches. They went for the world record. They crushed it. The benefit was TSA members and other security individuals received free cheesesteak sandwiches, and then some of the lucky passengers got some. So,
well, there's another thing. I've seen a video, and this is ICE agents at the airport. And now this may come as a shock to you people.
Yeah.
But they had cases of water, giving out water bottles to all the people that were standing in line.
Oh my God, that seems so reckless.
You want to know something funny though? Somebody said to the ICE agent, and he was joking around because they all started laughing. He's like, "You're just giving me that to set me up to get taken away from when I got to go through security, you know, because you can't take water bottles."
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was just funny. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's the reckless behavior, of the organizations they're trying to help out. So
this next one's disturbing because no one's talking about it.
Yeah,
and
this is a bigger deal than what people are allowing. So it turns out, U.S. Federal Communications Commission (FCC) just ordered a ban on the import of all new and foreign-made consumer internet routers. George, citing security concerns. You know a lot about tech. What do you think's going on here? I have my own thoughts.
Well, if they're worried about internet routers, but yet if you have a router and it needs to be updated, and it's from China or something, they could just throw an update in there, just like with the TVs and stuff. That's not going to stop. You just need to get rid of the routers. They're saying, it doesn't apply to old ones you had before, but I'm not buying that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is a huge cybersecurity risk because, of course, all your data is going through there. I guess this means they've figured it out, that there's malicious actors involved. There's security gaps in these foreign-made routers, back doors, which allows them to intentionally surveil, potential intellectual property theft, personal data theft. It's pretty concerning because, of course, the majority of routers, 60% of them, come out of China. And what other countries are involved, I don't know. They haven't made it very clear. But, of course, the Chinese embassy is not commenting immediately. You can't blame them.
Well, let's give a shout out to Attorney General Ken Paxton from Texas, who's running and primarying Cornine for the Senate seat. So he's the one, he sued TP-Link Systems. Now, this is a California-based router manufacturer, but it spun off from a Chinese firm. And he sued them for allegedly marketing its networking devices, deceptively allowing Beijing to access American consumers' devices. Now, TP-Link Systems said it would vigorously defend its reputation, adding that the Chinese government had no form of ownership or control over the company, its products, or use data. Well, I don't know about that. If the FCC is putting a ban, they must know something. But here's another story no one's really talking about. 5 explosives.
You know what? I'm trying to figure out why they're not talking about this more.
I don't know, but
this has got me stumped. I mean, it kind of came out and it died immediately. You would think this would be a major deal.
Yep. They said they found 5 explosive devices in Fort Washington Park in Maryland. This happened on Sunday. No one's talking about it. What kind of devices? How were they made? I mean, you track down the J6.
It looked like pipe bombs in the photos.
They allegedly tracked down a J6 pipe bomber with a new administration and went back and combed through every store and who bought this part, wires and stuff. But I don't know what's going on with this. You think they'll find somebody? Same thing. Whatever happened to Guthrie's mom? They still haven't found that poor woman. They're not going to, unfortunately, and I hope it's not true, but she's passed away. For her to survive this long without meds and all that stuff at her age.
I mean, no details how they found the first device, then they found 5 others. They're sending them to the ATF for, to have them, of course, researched. But I just don't get this. Now, of course, they say they rendered them safe, but this should be a monstrous big deal here.
Wait, they stated 5 devices were rendered safe. And then the following morning, they said additional explosive devices were located. So how many were there?
I don't know. But you would think this would be a huge, huge story. Because what is it linked to? Is it linked to terrorists? Is it linked to a lone a lone wolf? What's the operation? How did they find out? Of course, sending them off to have them, of course, looked at, fantastic. But what about the rest of the details? Americans, should you stay away from at this point, I wouldn't go near this national park. And I've been thinking about going to other national parks. But you'd think there'd be some kind of a warning. I guess it was in a remote area, but, this seems to be real intent. Were they all connected? Were they remote devices? Did they have cell phone, detonators? Not a lot of details. And I hate when things like this are covered up, because it usually means it's much worse than what they're letting on.
Yep. Lance, if I was the person that got arrested, I would send out a meme saying, I'm going to meme you long time. This is kind of a weird story, but this guy, Sheriff Bouchard, he's getting a lot of backlash over meme arrest claims after synagogue attack. So this was on March 19th. Bouchard shared the edited image superimposing a Star of David on his forehead during a press conference decrying a 344% surge in anti-Semitism since 2020. Now, some say it was linked to a Wisconsin man's arrest, but Bouchard clarified on 24th that the man faced an unrelated felony stalking warrant, not the meme itself. Way to backtrack. Huh?
I'm not sure I'm buying that.
I don't know. Hope he ain't becoming a UK. I'm going to play the video.
I give you this by way of example. Some pond scum felt empowered and emboldened enough to put this picture of me up to try to threaten and intimidate me, which of course he didn't do because I signed up for this. And by the way, the person that did this said a bunch of terrible things, not just against me, but against a lot of groups and individuals, who, by the way, was arrested today in Wisconsin. My point is this, though. If this person is emboldened and empowered enough or feels safe enough to do this for me, what does he do to a kid? What does he do to a Jewish family walking down the street? And that's because of the normalization of this. Watching this on television and saying, okay, I feel empowered enough that I can do this. Well, A, you can't. And B, if you think you can do it to somebody that's in law enforcement, again, what are you going to do in an alley or in a street to a Jewish family or a kid walking down the street? We say no. We're drawing the line.
Yo, Mr. Sheriff, bro, it's a freaking meme. It's not like if you're going up to a kid or a person and doing it, that's a totally different ballgame. Then arrest the bastard. I understand that. But it's a
Freedom
meme.
of speech.
Yeah. First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
You're just sore because he exposed you for what you are. This is a Florida sheriff too. Shame on you.
Yeah, I think he's wearing a skin tooth, and if you sign up for the job, then you got to take it. To me, it's freedom of speech. I'm not saying I agree with that kind of meme, but at the end of the day, it's a protected right. I think it's ridiculous, and of course, they probably triggered the other felony because they wanted to drape it. Oh no, it was a felony stalking warrant. Yeah, okay, whatever. Not sure I'm buying it. All right, listen, you know what? On your way out the door, hit that follow button. Please do it. If you love the show, you'll get notifications. Take the short form when George puts it out. We've been putting out lots of short form content. Feel free to share it. Take and repost this show on your own channel. Do whatever you can to help us grow. Don't forget to follow G. Valentine on social media, The Big Mig Show, and Lance Migliaccio on X. You can find this show on YouTube. Make sure you follow that channel. You can find us on Local, same thing. Do what you can to help us grow those follower bases because it all matters. And, of course, your interaction matters. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for participating. We love you guys. George, last words.
Yo, it's hump day. Who wants to help participate with me? Must be a female. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Love you guys.
Are you ready to stand up for your community and support your local sheriff? Join the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association and become a vital member of the Sheriff's Citizens Posse. At cspoa.org, we empower citizens like you through weekly webinars, arming you with the knowledge to back your constitutional county sheriff. Together, we can uphold our Constitution and ensure liberty and justice for all. Your community needs you now more than ever. Visit CSPOA.org and join the Sheriff's Citizens Posse today. Make a difference. Stand for freedom. That's CSPOA.org. Your country, your fight, your future.
What if you could predict your financial future? And what if you could trade on it? Introducing Block Trust IRA, the future in your hands. An astonishing 88,000 millionaires were created last year from the Bitcoin boom, and you could be next. Block Trust IRA is the only crypto management firm powered by AI-driven strategies, ranked #1 in the world by Bitcoin Magazine. The Block Trust IRA platform is built for everyone, from first-time buyers to seasoned investors. Predictive AI technology that was once only reserved for insiders and elites is now available to you. It's time to leave the old buy and hold strategies behind. Your assets are protected with military-grade security, offline cold storage, and $200 million in insurance. Visit BlockTrustIRA.com to book your free consultation and ask how to claim up to $2,500 in deposit bonuses today. Bitcoin changed the game. AI changes the strategy.
Hi folks, I'm here today to introduce you to the Prepper Bar from PrepperBar.com, the most unique precious metals product we have seen in a long time. These 62-gram bars are perforated and easily broken down into your choice of 3 different sizes to fit a multitude of needs. Whether it be from asset protection from inflation, economic turmoil, or its unique utility for barter and trade, the Prepper Bar makes a perfect gift for all the precious metal lovers out there. Exclusively made here in the USA and selling out fast. Available in both gold and silver, these slim Prepper Bars fit neatly in your wallet, and their utility enables use in any situation.
Forged through rigorous training and honed by the finest instructors on Earth, these K9 units serve beside our nation's warriors as they fight to preserve what we cherish. When these warriors complete their duty, the Warrior Dog Foundation provides them with a home deserving of the service they've given us all. At our state-of-the-art kennels, they receive rehabilitation and care suitable for heroes, because that's what they are. Be a part of giving them a future today. Visit WarriorDogFoundation.org.